Hey, what's happening, spectacular spider friends? Welcome back to the K-Wings Let's Plays channel and more Spider-Man on PS4 and PS5. This is the remastered edition, and today we'll be looking at the brand spanking new skins from No Way Home for, I believe it is, the suits are called... let's see, you gotta go all the way down. Ah, there they are. So we have the black and gold suit, which is the inside-out Spider-Man suit. And then we have the hybrid suit, which is basically like his Iron Spider suit, which is around here somewhere. I don't remember where the MCU one is, but it's around.
Yeah, the Iron Spider suit is around here.
This is the better Iron Spider suit, though. This is the better one. I don't really like the MCU one. So, we have this one. And
half iron.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
A little iron vest, kind of.
Uh-oh, your batteries are low, Spidey. So anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when more awesome vids arrive. And special shoutouts to all our members, including our ultimates. If you guys want to join up, all you have to do is click right here, select the tier that'll work best for you. And with that out of the way, it's time for us to dive into action as Spider-Man swings into theaters December 17th, and our tickets were annulled, or
the canceled.
They were the canceled. That is correct. So we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do. We'll probably have to wait until after Christmas to see the new movie.
And we didn't cancel them. The theater actually said your tickets have been canceled.
The theater said nah. Theater was like, nope, not happening. That's actually happened before though, when we've had tickets, especially when so many people are going to see this movie that is going to make $1 billion, most likely. Probably going to be the fastest movie to make $1 billion, if I'm really thinking about it, in terms of superhero films. Especially if Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield are in it, because you already got William Dafoe, you've got Doc Ock, then you have, the Lizard, who was kind of a great villain from The Amazing Spider-Man, and Jamie Foxx is back playing a better version of Electro. For some reason they were yeah, we're going to have Electro be blue, and it's like, but why? He's never blue. That was always a weird decision for me. Like, why would you make Electro blue?
Oh, so they're gonna make him more like the comic books?
Yep, he's gonna be wearing green, and his suit actually looks pretty decent.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I liked how he played, like, very cute, like, nerdy guy, and then he ended up, like, being, turning into Electro. So I liked how he kind of played two characters, Electro and the guy he was before. Electro, so, I really liked how he played that part.
I thought they did a great job with that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward, obviously, to the... I mean, Doc Ock, yes, but I'm looking forward to the Green Goblin.
Oh, he's gonna be the highlight for me, yeah, easily. But,
I mean, yeah, so... Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna talk about the movie or anything. I don't know if I've seen all the trailers, but I did see the Into the Spider-Verse new trailer.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse, and I was excited about that. I can't believe I missed that 5 days ago.
It's gonna be a trilogy, so we had, in 2017, I think it was 2017, we had the Into the Spider-Verse, I believe. Either that or it was 2018. And then we're gonna have 2 parts of Across the Spider-Verse. The first part comes out next year. And then I'm guessing that part 2, because it's going to be a cliffhanger, most likely, will release in 2023. So, at least I hope so, unless they're like,
yeah, no, well, yeah, definitely. I mean, like on the trailer that I saw, it said part 1 or part 2. So that was like, oh, okay, that means they're gonna have other parts. So yeah.
It also looks like Miguel is playing it kind of like a interdimensional spider cop. And he's kind of going after Miles because Miles, broke the Spider-Verse.
Oh, right.
So,
yeah, you can't cross the streams. You can't break the timeline.
No, don't cross the streams.
Whenever I hear the different No Way Home, all the different home names for the Spider-Man videos or movies, I just keep thinking like E.T. Phone Home because it's like, I don't know why, but they keep saying home all the time. It's like, this is so weird. I feel like they're doing some kind of like Morse code or something. Like, why do you keep saying home in every video? It's like, oh my gosh.
It's how they did their Spider-Man trilogy. They just, kept it
they
like...
They wanted to stay home for all of them.
Yeah, they wanted to stay home for
or stay home. Yeah, I just I'm just surprised that we've actually had so many different Spider-Man, different franchises now. I mean, the Tobey Maguire one, I
My
feel
favorite.
like was one of the first, and then
It is the first.
it is the first, and then
He's
and
grandfather Spidey.
and then after that was Andrew Garfield, I think, and then now it's Tom Holland. So.
Although remember, he is not the first Spider-Man movie actor. He's the second Spider-Man movie actor. The very first one was Nicholas Hammond from the 1970s TV movie of Spider-Man.
Oh, wow.
It was not a series. The first Spider-Man was a movie, and then it spawned out into a series that the episodes were long enough and they were cut as movies in the 80s. But the series ran, like, I believe it started in 1979, 1980. And, yeah, that was the one I was always doing the 70s Spider-Man music to. In fact, I have a, what is it? Not a playthrough. I have a review of one of the Spider-Man games. I think it was the Amazing Spider-Man game that I used the theme from the 70s thing. And I still have it somewhere, yeah. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, we're seeing the hybrid suit in action. I'm pretty sure we've done the armored Spider-Man suit, but I don't like the MCU armored Spider-Man suit. This one's not bad. This one's kind of like a nice mixture of the armor suit as well as Spider-Man's more traditional MCU, like red and blue. So it works.
Yeah.
It feels distinct.
So Luke, these two suits, are they free TLC or you have to pay for them?
Free. The only way you can get these suits, though, is you have to have Spider-Man Remastered Edition. And I know some of you are like, well, how in the world do I get the Remastered Edition, K-Wing? It's not on the PlayStation Network for me to download. Well, what you have to do is make sure you buy the Miles Morales PS5 edition and then go into the upgrade menu. And then for $20, you can purchase in the game the Spider-Man Remastered Edition.
Oh, wow.
And then get rid of your PS4 version because, I mean, the only good thing about it is Peter didn't look like a freak. Peter looks like some kind of creepy
R.I.P.
creep guy. Yeah.
Peter. Yeah, the new Peter looks like he's so much younger. And
that's my problem with it,
make
yeah.
Any sense. Like, why would he look younger than Miles, like, when he's supposed to be older? And
he's supposed to be, like, 25 or 26, and he looks like he's 18. Like, I mean, you could make a Tobey Maguire joke, but even as the Spider-Man movies went on, Tobey didn't look like a high school student anymore. You know, he had a baby face, sure, but he wasn't that much of a baby face.
Yeah, I don't know what their reasoning was to change.
Whoa.
Like, if they updated the graphics on his face and made his face look clearer, that would be one thing, but they completely changed his face.
Well, they said they did it as a tribute to Yuri. You know, the guy who does the voice for Spider-Man.
Okay, but what?
But why? I don't know.
Why would they do that, though?
I don't know. Representation for thin, lanky guys. How should I know? Maybe they were just saying thank you to Yuri, but at the same time, they had somebody who they paid for the PlayStation. They made a likeness of a certain actor, a very small actor, and then they basically yeeted him. That's like what happened to the guy who played Anakin. In the original trilogy, they replaced him with Hayden Christensen. Like, he, you know.
Yeah, and then in the new edition, they just swapped over.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now, you know, I mean, it is what it is, but still, I mean, if I was that actor's family, I'd be like, wait a second, does that mean we no longer get royalties? My father or grandfather was in this movie, and now he's been digitally yeeted by the version of Anakin nobody liked. Nobody liked Anakin. The only reason people like Anakin is because of the Clone Wars. You can't change my mind.
That's true.
The Clone Wars was a great series that lasted almost 10 years.
The Clone Wars was like, let's take all the characters you hated and we'll make them lovable.
We're going to make them better. And now Vader's going to be really cool in Obi-Wan's upcoming series in 2022. And Hayden Christensen is back playing Vader. And of course, they're going to get somebody who sounds like James Earl Jones to be, you know, the voice.
Why not get James Earl Jones?
Yeah, why not get James Earl Jones? Exactly. That's kind of a big deal.
I mean, why would they not
we already
offer
showed
him the
one.
role first and see if he wants it? He still has the voice.
See, this is 70s theme.
Maybe they're trying to get somebody who's in between James Earl Jones.
I don't know.
But I still think that he should have at least been offered the role, like, out of respect.
Out of respect, I agree.
Did you know Disney did not say happy birthday to James Earl Jones on his
Disney
birthday?
America did not.
Oh, Disney America.
Other Disney places did.
Yeah.
It's Disney America that dropped the bomb. But I mean, it's Disney
James Earl
America.
Jones lives in America, though.
I know.
So it's like...
Europe remembered. Japan remembered. I mean, they know who Vader is.
Yeah.
You know?
Weird.
It is weird. Disney's weird. But,
How do you like playing as Spider-Man again?
well, I mean, hopefully you guys are okay with the gameplay this time, because thanks to Brianna, I've been playing the game once a month. So my footage hopefully is not... I remember when we did some of these suit showcases again where they've added like other costumes. And I really have to give it up to Insomniac Rocksteady could, if they wanted to, add the Matt Reeves Batman skin for, you know, the Arkham Knight game. And you could argue, well, you know, it's been several years, but it's like, it's already been 2018 was when this game came out. And, you know, Insomniac is still nice enough to update their first Spider-Man game. They could have just been like, you know what, these skins for Peter, we're going to add these to the Miles Morales game. But they're like, nope, these are Peter skins. So we're going to update the game that came out in 2018. I mean, that's... And on top of that, they were free. I believe we had to pay for some of the additional skins that they added in Arkham Knight. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I mean, good
kudos.
job, Insomniac. And
Exactly.
awesome. So that just shows Marvel's Spider-Man, you know, some really cool features.
It gets some points from me.
It gets some points, definitely.
Yeah. All right, so we have to do the upside down spider. So we're going to show a picture of this. Then we're going to switch to black suit so you guys can see what goes on with that. There he goes.
Little picture.
A little upside down.
I mean, there's a lot of great things about this game, definitely.
I love this game. I don't love this game more than some of the Arkham stuff, but people have this impression that I didn't like the game. I was also...
I've never heard you say that.
I was dog whistling some of the changes that were happening in the industry at the time that happened, and I pretty much called, if you go back and you watch that Spider-Man series, most of the complaints that I had that you need to watch out for this stuff happening in comic books like in the next like 5-6 years, I was spot on correct. Everything I said that was going to be wrong with modern American comic books happened. Changing characters' identities, killing characters, you know, doing sensational things in headlines just to get people to buy books. I was a prophet, yo. Everything I said happened. That's freaky.
Maybe you're causing it to happen, Luke.
Oh my gosh. It's, you know why? It's because of all the different, like, time traveling and going through different Earths. Like, whenever my back starts tingling and those weird effects happen and people who have died didn't die and all that freaky stuff, I've taken you to probably 6 different Earths in the past, like, probably 3 years. I don't doubt it.
That's fun. We get to travel.
We get to travel, but we still live in this dumpy apartment. Come on, next Earth, can we please have something that's, you know, a little bit better than this? That would be great. I mean, come on, other Us's, step it up. I mean, there's got to be a version of us that actually has, like, a really nice, like, 3-bedroom house or something. Come on.
You're going through the Spider-Verse, Luke.
Yeah, it feels like it.
One thing I don't understand is the Spider-Man community or whatever. It's interesting. They said there would be a Spider-Man community. Like, there were several YouTubers that said they were going to be Spider-Man community people. But we've been covering this game so long, and I haven't seen the Spider-Man community, like, continue to cover the game. They moved on to other games, and...
Yeah, well, so, I mean, because it was all about getting your foot in the door, and then, you know, as a YouTube channel, I mean, it was smart. Then you brand yourself as, oh, I do all superheroes now. So even when they said they were hardcore Marvel things, I see them playing DC, acting like, oh, wow, this DC thing is amazing. And it's just like, you know what, I give up. I'm older, I'm tired, I'm going to play the stuff I like, and, you know, I'm not going to be invited to these communities anyway, so.
I mean, when we play Arkham and stuff, we did mention, you know, some of the moves are like, you know, some of the Spider-Man games we've played. So it's like, it's like the Marvel people don't watch our DC stuff because they always criticize us, saying like we compare them to DC, but you Marvel people aren't really watching our DC playthroughs. Then you would see that we compare DC to Marvel as well. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Okay, so I need to do...
So this is the Iron Spider suit?
Nope, this is the hybrid suit. Hybrid.
So we don't know too much about these suits because they're in the upcoming movie.
They'll appear in the movie,
we haven't seen. So there's not really too much to say. So we're just kind of showing them off.
Oh, speaking of that.
Hanging out.
Ah, I see what you did there. All right, so it's time to bring in... I don't really like this other suit, though. This other one, I mean, it's...
Inside Out.
Inside Out suit, yeah. So, see that like weird gauntlet he has on his hand? Apparently that's used to trap the different spider villains that are coming through, because Peter has a very perplexing thing that's put on him. Like, Doctor Strange is like, look, these guys that are in our world that are very dangerous, they come from other Spider-Man dimensions. And I hate to tell you this, Peter, but they die in their dimensions. So the fact that they're alive here is causing all kinds of problems. And their destiny is to die fighting Spider-Man. And Peter's like, no, that's not what's going to happen. So he's going to screw up somehow by, I mean, it is doing the right thing. Like, his Spider-Man doesn't like to kill. He hasn't had to go through that the way that Peter, you know, kind of got bathed in blood when Green Goblin died and Uncle Ben died. We don't know what happened to the Uncle Ben in this universe.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, maybe Uncle Ben, just like there was a burglar or something and it wasn't, Peter wasn't solely responsible.
Right. It wasn't like as connected. Like,
no, they
personally
didn't.
Connected.
They didn't have like a major fight before Ben died, which was very traumatizing for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. And I believe, I don't remember how Uncle Ben died in The Amazing Spider-Man. Is that, it's not as iconic to me. It just, I saw it happen. The thing that I remember most of the Andrew Garfield movies is all the one-liners that he had.
Yeah, he had a lot of one-liners.
Yeah, if you want all the one-liners that people use in memes for Tobey Maguire, then you have to go over the course of 3 or 4 different video games where Tobey came in and he did all the Spider-Man one-liners and did a fantastic job. But in his movies, he only said, I'm going to put dirt in your eye, or I fail to see how that's my problem.
He didn't really do one-liners during the movie.
No.
Yeah, that was one thing that I remember everyone talking about at the time that Andrew Garfield Spider-Man came out, is they said that, you know, like, he was more, like, I don't know if this is true, but people were saying he was very comic booky Spider-Man, like...
Aside from his Peter Parker, which was popular kid and nobody, people didn't really like that.
Yeah, I didn't really like how it's like, oh, look it, I'm Peter Parker, I'm so cool as Peter Parker. Okay, now I'm Spider-Man, I'm even cooler. It's like,
I didn't really see a vast difference between his Spider-Man and his Peter Parker, though. It was the same guy. It was cool kid Peter as Spider-Man, and it's supposed to be like Peter is very beaten down by society and his peers as Peter Parker, and then when he puts on the mask, then he has this opportunity to just like become something greater than himself. Like his confidence is boosted, he's got superpowers. It's like every kid's dream, you know? You get these powers and abilities, and you can do all this neat stuff, and, you know...
Yeah, he becomes somebody else when he puts on the mask.
Exactly. No one cared who he was till he put on the mask. Yep. Wakanda forever.
That's a Bane line, right?
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask. Where's my Bane game, DC? I've been waiting. I want... where's my video game where I get to play as the bad guys and, like, ransom a whole city as Bane and do a Bane voice? I demand... Do better, DC. Bane needs some love, too. He needs some representation. You know, villains need some representation. They do. They have it hard.
Representation.
They do. I'm going to become an activist for villains now.
Definitely, Luke.
Yeah.
You should be in the villain rehabilitation program where you help them get jobs in society.
Oh, no, it's not. It's just so they can get more understood. So they get more...
to be more understood, but they're still going to do their villainy.
Everybody gets a soapbox these days. Where's the bad guy's soapbox? Where's their side of the story, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you know how much they've sacrificed?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, this dude looks interesting. It's got a lot of spiderweb thingies on it.
Well, not only that, but I don't know if you can see, like, we're going to take these guys down, and then I can show you some intricate details of the suit. I just woke up. I think I'm actually doing pretty good because my throat's all this morning.
I'm actually surprised that you can talk at all, Luke.
I'm a true professional.
Yeah.
Whoop-boom. I try to be. I don't know.
Oh, these guys look crazy. I keep forgetting that.
Silver. No, these aren't super soldiers. These are Silver Sable's mercenaries.
Yeah, they look like people from XCOM.
Yeah, they kind of do. Or you know, maybe Halo a little bit. They're cosplaying as Master Chief.
Yeah,
all of them.
Possibly.
When everyone's Master. Ow, Chief. No one will be. Stop hurting me. Have an air conditioner.
Master Chief.
Knee to the face.
Cosplaying as a stormtrooper.
Yeah, they do kind of look like stormtroopers, you're right. Alright, so that's not going to work against them, but electricity does. That makes sense.
Yeah, I find that The other suit, the half Iron Spider suit, was interesting. So it's like he has a little bit of Tony Stark technology in there, but most of it is just a regular Spider-Man suit or something like that. So that's interesting. I mean, that's nice where you have a little bit of technology, but you don't like take up the entire suit looking like that. So you kind of, it looks like he kind of makes the suit his own.
I like the first suit that Tony made him. And we actually started the video with the Far From Home suit.
Oh, okay.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Did we get everybody? You guys all toast? Why don't you tell me I defeated them? I haven't defeated them yet. Oh, okay. Oh, this was a special area. Okay, so just so you guys know, we turn off the audio so we can do our showcase. So I mean, they're talking about like how Spider-Man's freeing all these people, blah blah blah. This was a Silver Sable base, blah blah blah. Good job, Spider-Man. Yuri talking, and oh my gosh, we have to do all this stuff now. So these are waves. We'll have to look at Spidey after.
Give Spidey something interesting to do.
Actually, let's see.
I mean, you could always just go to a different part of the map and check out Spidey.
Let's see, he can do photo mode. He can do photo mode in this. Okay, so let's look at Spidey's suit real quick. You can see how it is. This is his, probably, either the suit that, Tony Stark made him, and this is what he was wearing on the inside, or, this is his suit that he made in, Far From Home and turned it inside out. There's the gauntlet that he uses to capture, the different Raimi and Andrew Garfield villains, using some weird technology / magic that Doctor Strange gives him, or he steals. And yeah, Tom Holland refuses to kill. And probably what's going to happen is one of Spider-Man's villains from the past is going to die. If I'm a betting man, I would say it's going to be someone who doesn't deserve to die. I don't think Green Goblin's going to die this time. I think it's going to be somebody like Sandman or the Lizard, who were not killed in their universes.
Oh, wow, so it'll mess up the timeline even more.
I don't know if it'll mess up the timeline, but it might mess up, you know, because maybe Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield will be like, well, in my universe, they didn't die. It was, you know, Green Goblin or Doc Ock or something, because they were more evil than some of these other people. Like, I see Tom Holland during, like, a massive fight against the Sinister Six accidentally killing one of them, because, I mean, he is pretty powerful. He's not, like, Tobey Maguire powerful, but he's got a lot of gadgets that could accidentally activate kill mode or something like that because Tony Stark made it.
Right, you're right. Yeah, because he could accidentally hit the wrong button. That's definitely
Well,
true.
no, I mean, if he's fearing for his life and his AI suit takes over, remember, he's got that suit built in.
Yeah, the AI does take over sometimes when it needs to, definitely. Yeah, I mean, the suit really does look like it is turned inside out. Like, you can see little wires and stuff. So it looks like it's some kind of technology suit, but it's actually you're seeing the inside of it, which is really kind of weird, actually.
What's cool about this game, too, this is the first superhero game to have every movie suit from, you know, a superhero movie that the character is in. You've got Raimi, Andrew Garfield, you have all of Tom Holland's suits from Spider-Man Homecoming, from Spider-Man Far From Home, and now Spider-Man No Way Home, plus Civil War, or not Civil War, Avengers Endgame with the Iron Spider suit. So, I mean, this is something to be pretty happy about if you're a superhero fan, because you get everything. We did not get, which I'm thankful for, but maybe now a little upset, we never got the Val Kilmer or the George Clooney suit. We got the Keaton suit, which is the best Batman suit, in my opinion. We got Ben Affleck's suit, which is a nice upgrade and a comic book accurate version of the movie suit, but we did not get the Ben Affleck like versus Superman, you know, Dark Knight Returns metal suit, which would have been neat. We did not get that. So it's like they threw us a bone, but not really. And there really is no reason why we couldn't get the Matt Reeves bat suit, because they just showed somebody made a mod of it on the PC and added it, and they were like, oh yeah, here we go.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, but Insomniac, you're really good to your fans. I respect that.
Yeah, they've made such a great game, and then, you know, we also got the Miles Morales Spider-Man also with it, and it's just like
his own Spider-Man game, yeah.
It's just like, Yeah.
When did Nightwing get his own game? Oh wait, never.
Yeah, I'm just blown away. They did such a great job. I don't know what their next project is, but
Well, all I can say is I might end up being converted into a Spider-Man game player because DC has made me wait too long. So I'm switching sides because at least I get the goods with you know, Marvel's video games. Not so much their comics, but their video games. They treat their fans right, and that is something to be very excited about if you're a fan of superheroes because they do good.
Yeah, I mean, this whole game definitely just... It looks really sleek. All the different suits look really nice. I don't know if we ever got, like, 2099 Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. We did.
Okay, yeah,
we did this entire game and looked at pretty much all the costumes, honey. It came out in 2018. You realize it's almost 2022 now.
Yeah, so we've looked at a lot of... I wonder how many suits we've actually looked at.
All of them. Okay. We played all the different suits in our series. Boom.
Yeah, I just didn't know how many there were.
30.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 40. We could actually count them after this, because I'm curious now, too. I think there's quite a few.
Yeah, there's a lot of costumes, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Still going. So, I mean, I wanted to show you guys some Spider-Man combat, but I didn't think we'd be playing in... This is a bonus level. Well, not a bonus. This is a side mission where you have to take down all the Silver Sable guys. We did not 100% this game because when Spider-Man came out, we were playing something else at the same time, which is always the case with this channel, is you never know what's going to happen. So, I mean, it's not like we...
Maybe we'll 100% it by accident if they keep having new DLC suits.
Yeah, the next Spider-Man movie they announce. Would it be... I don't think Insomniac would do this because, you know, the next Spider-Man game is going to come out in 2023 is when Spider-Man 2 comes out with Peter and Miles against Venom.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, this is definitely the last of the Spider-Man content for this game. There's no reason.
Well, hopefully they'll make another Spider-Man game.
They are.
This. Okay, awesome.
They are. So and then people are going to be like, well, how are you going to top? This game had just about every Spider-Man costume imaginable that you can think of. So how are you going to top that?
I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I guess they'll figure out a way.
Maybe.
I mean, what they could do is just like with Smash Bros, you bring in... Or Smash Brothers or whatever.
Ah, you call it Smash Bros. I don't like when people do that.
You know, just bring in...
Triggered!
You know, you have a lot of great characters, but you know, don't have all the suits from last game, and you put in a couple new ones. You know, some of maybe Miles has a couple different suits. I don't know if he already had his suits in here, but...
He had a lot of suits, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had some, but I'm just saying, like, you could find a couple new ones and then take away a few of the old ones. So, I mean, I'm sure, you know, that they'll figure something out.
Okay, I think we did it. So now we can free these people, and then it's back to some free roaming.
So out of the two new DLC suits, then which one do you like better?
Hybrid. I don't like this one.
So you like the hybrid iron?
Yeah. This is, you know, the reason why they did this, because everybody loves the black suit Spider-Man.
So
but
this is Inside Out.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, this game does not have symbiote Spidey. That's right, it does not.
Yeah, I do have to say though that having the Inside Out one doesn't look as cool as Black Suit Spider-Man.
No.
Because it has the lines all over it.
Yep. So that was a Silver Sable outpost. I was actually trying to save a civilian, because usually what we like to do is we like to save at least one civilian, or I mean, we've been beating up lots of punks, but there hasn't been like, they don't save cats from trees. I thought that was just a Miles game.
Oh, okay.
That was missing in this game, because Spider-Man would stop to save a cat.
I know.
At least the Spider-Man I grew up with in the 90s would be like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Taking a photo of a place, because I can. It's seamless, isn't it? It's like, oh, I want to take a picture now. Yoink. Picture taken.
Yep.
Haha.
I'd love to see that cathedral in real life.
What was that? St. Peter's Cathedral in New York City or something like that?
So,
it might be, yeah.
They have great Christmas concerts there, right before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
You can listen to choirs singing and stuff. And I always wanted to go there with you, like, and listen to some people sing and stuff. It'd be nice.
Yeah. Be pretty cool. Whoa!
Well, maybe you can put the iron one back on for a little bit.
Oh, I mean the hybrid one?
Yeah.
Tired of the black suit. All right.
Yeah. Definitely.
There he is. So that's, yeah.
I mean,
Not a huge fan of the suit. It's okay. But I mean, it looks like, it would
his
be
nose
like,
looks weird.
it would be like wearing your clothes inside out. And I mean, I really feel bad for Peter because I thought his suit was actually very comfortable on the inside. It was made by Tony Stark, but look at this. It's all the wiring and stuff of the suit. Yikes.
I know, it's like having that rubbing up against your skin.
Oh my gosh, that has to chafe so bad. You'd have like, in reality, the most accurate version of the suit would be like he takes it off and he's like covered in rashes and it's just very painful. So
I know, right?
Wow.
Maybe he has to wear a body glove under the suit.
yeah, maybe. All right, so let's go back to the hybrid suit. And while we're here, though, let's count. We're gonna count the suits.
Oh,
Here we
no.
go. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's Homecoming. I like Homecoming. The suit is really nice. Nice
Yeah.
classic. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There it is. There, 19 is Endgame.
Okay, yeah.
Meh. 20, 2099. 21, 22, 23, 24. I don't have that one.
Yeah.
25, I still haven't unlocked that one. Don't care. 26, I have shown this one though. 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh my gosh. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40,
Oh, wow.
41, 42, 43, 44, 45, and then 46.
46 suits they had.
This has the most skins in any superhero game. They need, Insomniac needs to win like a Guinness World Record for most superhero costumes in a superhero video game because they've beaten Arkham Knight. And they've beaten all the past Marvel games. That's insane.
Yep.
But no symbiote suit because, and they said it, Venom is going to be in our second game. So the symbiote
wow.
suit, yeah, there'll be a couple variations of the symbiote suit.
There you go. You said how are they going to top it? There you go. By having Venom. So,
And then they need to bring all these suits in now because you can't just ignore all you if you put all the best suits in one game. I mean that's going to cause people to get a little like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. Yeah, they also recreated New York City pretty much, so it's like...
Yep, pretty much. There's a couple landmarks they couldn't because the people in New York City were like, no, you
didn't
can't.
Get permission.
You can't do it because we don't want you to. So no.
I find it weird that you'd have to ask
permission to include a building in your game.
In the game, like...
Give the building its royalties. It's just standing there.
Like, I don't see why you would need to do that.
Rain or shine, it's always standing out in public. You gotta, The one thing I miss about the remastered edition, though, is they cut out the subway. Like, the subway was fun. You got to see Spidey, like, hanging out in the subway. There's also no transition screens anymore, like those really beautiful transition screens you could see when you would go in between stuff or you would load a save file.
Oh, right.
They don't have those anymore.
Aww.
Because what happens is, because the PS5 is such an impressive piece of hardware, it just loads instantly. Yeah, it's almost like auto load.
Wow.
I know. Loading is a thing of the past now, which it's great that video games have finally caught up to what cartridges were, back in Nintendo in the 80s and 90s, because now you don't have to wait in between stuff anymore. It's like, all right. And I don't really miss it anymore. I liked their version of the loading screen in 2018. I thought it was very clever. It was kind of like, oh wow, we get to see this beautiful character render art of the skin that we're wearing, but now it's all gone.
Yeah.
I don't even think there's a way to access that.
Yeah, I am curious if you did do all the missions and every single part of the game, could you still play this game indefinitely? Just keep...
There's random crimes all the time. There's...
play it for fun forever, pretty much.
You could... I mean, it's just like technically the Ultimate Spider-Man game, the Sam Raimi games. There's always, like, people in need of help. The Amazing Games, the world would still keep going on. What?
There's always hard mode.
Yeah, you can see that in the past 30 minutes that we've been doing the showcase. Yeah, there's always hard mode. Actually, I'm not doing as bad at hard mode than I thought. Like, Brianna made a mistake first and had me play on, like, Insane, which I did not do well, and then I switched to Spectacular, which Spectacular is hard mode. And I've been doing pretty well. I've only died, like, once or twice. And I've done, like, you know, pretty lengthy
You were on
streams.
insane mode before. Oh my god.
I was on insane mode. I did not last long at all. Hi there. Now we get to do a car thing. Awesome. I like doing the car stuff.
I mean, this will be interesting. I mean, then you have a little bit of Tony Stark in the movie, even though Tony Stark isn't really there.
It's a nice tribute to Tony's colors, but at the same time, it feels very Spider-Man-like. It's a combination of all his suits, which I think is kind of nice because it's a great throwback to Tom Holland's trilogy. I didn't dislike Tom Holland as Spider-Man. What I wanted to see with him is become his own hero. He felt like Iron Man's sidekick. And I can understand that he was a much younger version of Spider-Man that we saw. Like in the third movie, unlike the other Spider-Man ones, he's going into college. You know, he started in high school in the first movie. He was still in high school in the second one. And then in the third movie, he went to college. Whereas the Raimi movies, he starts in high school for the first arc. He goes to college. He's struggling. And then the second movie, he is out of college. I believe he's a grad student. And he's still struggling. So, I mean, it was more, it hit more at home with a lot of people because they were older, so it made sense for Spider-Man to be older. And, you know, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, his first movie was all in high school, and then his second movie was in college, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he grew up faster in this Sam Raimi universe.
Where we got to see Tom Holland grow up, and, you know, he did struggle a lot as Spider-Man, and, you know, I guess what is nice to see is this new movie is not really going to have much to do with Iron Man anymore. It's going to have to do with Spider-Man and Spider-Man's multiverse, like different Spider-Men, how Tom Holland is going to deal with all of these really dangerous villains that, I'm sorry, the Vulture can't really compare to the Raimi villains.
Yeah.
The Raimi villains were a serious threat. Spider-Man was always bloody and broken fighting them. And he succeeded, but it was a very difficult fight. Tom Holland has not had a villain like that. Mysterio had technology, you know, and Tom Holland didn't have a spider sense, and then mysteriously got his spider sense, and that's how he won.
Yeah, I mean, the Vulture was a really fun villain, though.
He was a very interesting villain because for me, for the first time, it didn't feel like a villain. Like, it felt like a guy that was pushed down by society, and Tony Stark especially, and he was just kind of a thief that was trying to improve the lives of his men and his family, and, you know, he wasn't really trying to hurt anybody, but Spider-Man kind of forced his hand a little bit. He was the most relatable, probably cinematic comic book villain that I've seen since some of the Batman movies.
He was very relatable. I mean, Michael Keaton did a great job.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I did too, especially because it's like he just wanted Spider-Man to leave him alone. He could just do his thing and just...
Yeah, because he wasn't even going to be a villain forever. He was just trying to get the losses that happened, you know, because of Iron Man. And Iron Man basically, you know, it showed how much Tony Stark had grown over the years.
Yeah,
but in the beginning, he was a tool.
It showed that he didn't really care about people at the beginning. And like the little guys that got hurt because, you know, of his like stupid mistakes of his huge company.
And S.H.I.E.L.D.
People would lose their jobs, and
S.H.I.E.L.D. created essentially the Vulture.
It just shows like that, you know, and that happens in real life where a corporate will make a decision and thousands of people will lose their jobs and there's no consequences.
Yep.
But then look at, you know, like he shows what happens. He kind of like the embodiment of anger when you know, usually people, their lives are just ruined, but he didn't want his life to be ruined. He was fighting back against his life being destroyed. So
yep.
I mean, what else is he gonna do?
Exactly. And you know, it was really interesting, and along the way of him being a villain, he did some pretty bad stuff. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it always felt like.
Well, like think about his wife and his daughter. Like she might have not had as good as opportunities if he had not tried to fight back and maybe done some shady things. He was doing it so she could have a better school, and so in reality, like even though Peter met the Vulture's daughter at school and really liked her and stuff, she might have not been able to have that good opportunities if her dad wasn't a bad guy. So it's just really interesting, like, how that works out and stuff like that. I mean, maybe her mom would have been able to do it, but...
We don't even know if the Vulture's going to show up in the movie. Like, if, let's say, theoretically, in the Sinister Six movie that they're finally doing, with Tom Holland, except, there's 5 of them. What if, let's theorize here, what if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield aren't in the movie until, like, say there's a cliffhanger and it goes into the Doctor Strange movie, and, people don't realize that Tom Holland is actually in part of the Doctor Strange movie, like the Multiverse of Madness. What if all that stuff that people are saying where Sony and all these other people aren't lying, and that Spider-Man is fighting the Sinister Six by himself and ends up losing, and Doctor Strange can't stop stuff from coming through, and then you get a tease of the other Spider-Men coming, and the person who comes to his aid is the Vulture.
Oh, wow, that would be interesting.
Because, I mean, remember, he's stuck up for Peter in prison. So what if the villain who ends up dying isn't necessarily a villain, but it's Michael Keaton's Vulture? Like, coming to help Spider-Man fight, like, these really bad guys. Because I've never really seen the Vulture in Tom Holland's movies as a villain. I've seen him kind of like as an anti-hero that does criminal things, but he's not a full-blown villain.
Yeah.
He's a bad guy, but he's not the bad guy.
Yeah, he's not passed over the chasm of insanity the way that some other villains have.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that would be a great redemption arc for him if Tom Holland did not manage to score Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and if technically they're in the next movie, which is Doctor Strange thing, which literally would probably be a cliffhanger to this, because this movie's going to make like probably $2 billion easily. So what way would you get people to go to Doctor Strange's movie? You would have the Spider-Man movie end on a horrific cliffhanger that will have no resolution until next year, because all the people that go to see the movie will have to come back to see what happens to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Does he live? Does MJ live? Are Toby and Andrew Garfield going to show up? Which at that point, I would say they did show up. Like,
yeah.
I feel that they actually recorded both movies at the same time.
Maybe they'll all show up in Doctor Strange movie.
Yep.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So there you go, people. That is it. That is the Spider-Man showcase, showing off the No Way Home skins. Yay! Check out the movie in theaters December 17th. We will not get to see it on release day unless some company wants to give us like a nice little YouTube perk of going. We're open to it. But, as long as, people are wearing masks and they're kind of spaced out. I don't want to be like in a packed theater, breathing other people's corrupted germ air.
Yep.
I like when Amber and I go to the theaters, we're spaced out from people because germs. I was a germophobic before, this whole virus thing anyway. So now I'm even more germ conscious. So thank you, world.
You could wear a Spidey suit, Luke.
Hazmat suit. I want to order one. All right, so anyway, people, that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. In the comment section below, tell us what your favorite of the new skins are that released. This is our favorite. We like how it looks. It's very sleek. It's clean. It's nice. It's a nice tribute to all the different Spider-Man Tom Holland suits.
It looks good.
It looks good. And it also gives kind of like a tribute to the video game. If the spider was white, then that would look like the new spider suit.
Oh, right. Yeah. It would kind of.
All right, people. We'll see you guys live today with more Lego Marvel as we do some Deadpool stuff. Check out today's short if you missed it, because YouTube is making some shenanigans. It's the lowest performing short in history, and we need the shorts to do well. So please, by all means, I'm begging you, go watch it. The link is in the description, and we will see you with Lego Marvel and Halo later today. God bless and happy gaming.
See ya.